Only several days remained this year. This time last year, no idea what the next year will be. Eating year-ending noodle and sucking New Year sweet soup, all peoples have been sending and welcoming the old and new year. But it is becoming the past thing. In our past, memories are packed. Happiness, pride, power to create, and hopes to someone. Unhappiness, regrets that could not win, reasons that could not go more, and distress to another. And against our will, as worms gather to the smell, we go to the past to peep into and console our ideals that could not reach, get regrets why we had not done that, burn our hatred to someone, or sigh. Lot's wife showed up in the story of the extinction of Sodom and Gomorrah in Genesis chapter 19. Those two cities were near the Dead Sea of now. The time Abraham, the God's man, was journeying to the promised land. In his party, his cousin Lot was there. But Lot changed his destination. The city he chose when he left his uncle was their Sodom. That it seemed good to live from far. It seemed like the garden of God, full of green and water. But it was the birthplace of every kind of the evils that are now prevailing all over the world. For the Lot's family, who was influenced by Abraham's faith, it was just like they plunged into the abyss. But slowly, by the time passed, possessions and enjoyments accumulated. But Abraham's concern to his cousin did not go away. His mediation before the destroying angels What if only 10 righteous can be found there? Was granted, but was vacant. Another 6 were not there, but Lot's family. That night 2 angels came to Lot. Seeing this, all the men from every part of the city surrounded Lot's house and called to him, "Where are the men who came to you tonight? Bring them out to us so that we can have sex with them." Genesis chapter 19 records. We see the same now at a place where the disgusting behavior is being done with making the killing AIDS virus prevail. The angels struck the men with blindness and proceeded their mission. They grasped the hands of hesitating Lot, of his wife, and of his 2 daughters, and bring them out of the city. The angels urged to Lot, "Flee to the mountain, not the plain. Don't look back. Don't stop anywhere. Flee for your life." But Lot said this satisfaction. He did not want the mountain where Abraham dwells. He left his uncle so far. He said his idea, a city near him, a small city, but another Sodom. The angels granted his request and said once more, "But flee quickly." But Lot's wife looks back. The sun is rising from the horizon. Lot's family is fleeing too. There, the roar of Sodom in the rain of sulfur is heard behind. Then many things entangle in the minds of Lot's wife. It was not bad to live there. Pleasures and possessions were there. Daughters are betrothed. Why have we to flee? She stops there, and she looks back. And for her figure is not there, but only a pillar of salt. To the eyes of the God, the city is to be destroyed. But to the eyes of Lot's wife, it is good to live full of enjoyable memories. Do not look back, God says, because He loves us and knows our character. Sticky to the past, infidel to now, loving the past, ignorant and awkward to the futures. He counsels us, so He urges us, flee from the past, run straight to the future, don't stop at any place today. As God loves Abraham, He loves Lot too. After saving Lot, God wished to show the newly born Lot to the world, him who overcame his failure of selection but came back to the way to the promised land. His new journey would be great, joyful with God, full of meaning, full of wonder. But that made Lot's wife mind blind was the uncertain future, the suspicion to the God, the hunch of the new trouble. God wishes His people know the past is only a path of stepping stones for today. Whatever the past, thinking the ticket to the heaven in our hands, they are the praise to God, the thanks He has kept us corner and corner of our way, the wonder how we could rise again and again at a battle against our enemy. But for her past was that not the path of the stepping stones for today. It was her goal she always wishes to go back. that she gained there at last was the pillar of salt that cannot move any more. The man who is in God lives the life of over his limitation. In feeling God's helping hand, we grow up to the shape a mustard seed could not imagine before how. Lingering to the past engulfs our possibility to revive our thanks to God's overpowering grace. While we say to the past, I cannot live from you, the man of our enemy already to carpet our way to be the pillar of salt. Peter, the disciple of Jesus, uses this proverb in his second letter. A dog returns to his vomit, and a soul that is washed goes back to her wallowing in the mud. How meaningless and vacant it is if we look back after we are saved. It is a time our past be sunk into the deepest. Let not the past harm our future. The lingering attachment to the past is the icy and salty whisper that make us a dry pillar. The characteristic of the Christian is this. In choice between the past and the future, we chose without hesitation the future. Our utmost goal is the heaven.